Hello, Freedom Fighter, and thank you for being here at underscore freedom for life underscore. I'm Mark, and I'm glad you're part of this conversation because this conversation is a three-part conversation. The first part was two conversations ago, then last conversation were the first two sections of the secret to a relationship that God designed for you. The first secret was dream, being able to have a God-sized dream for your relationship, something that is at His level, right? Living life, right? Life mastery, living life as who you're created to be at the highest level you're created for. That highest level in relationship is God's design for your marriage. But it wasn't just the dream. The second conversation, the second secret was the drive, being able to have the energy to do it, right? And I know life happens and sometimes we're just exhausted at the end of the day. But if you don't have drive and if you don't have energy put towards your dream will never happen. A dream without energy towards it is just really a fantasy. And so that dream and that drive were the first two secrets, having that huge dream and having the drive and using the drive to get you there. And in those times where challenge happens, when exhaustion happens, when you feel like you don't want to do it anymore, reminding yourself of that dream, energizing yourself on the understanding of what's the call on your life and on your marriage. So then there's the third secret, and that's the secret for today, which is direction. See, the thing is, you can have a dream. You can have this huge vision of, man, God is calling us to impact the world through our relationship and our love for each other. We're meant to have, a mission or a ministry or a vocation or a business or this thing that we're doing that is going to change the world and change us. We're supposed to have an amazing model of relationship that is intimate and unified and authentic and fun and enjoyable and passionate and purposeful, right? Those things that you desire. And you can have a drive saying, man, I'm putting the energy into it and we're learning what we need to learn and doing what we need to do. And we're doing it on a daily basis and we're checking in with each other every week and we're sharing calendars so we can have that conversation and we're doing these things and we're dreaming big. We're having dates and we're talking to each other and we're spending time together. But without direction, everything you could do may not have the results that you desire. It's like this. It's like having the right car but in the wrong race. A lot of it can come down to this, the person or the relationship or the belief you have that, oh man, we need to be like the pastor and his wife. Or we need to be like that successful person in their life, or we need to be like that person in our family or those friends that we have or whoever it is. It might be looking at the wrong person, the wrong relationship, the wrong vision for your life. Much like with Life Mastery, where we can use our success to overcome our insecurity or try to, and it's just a false substitute for identity. Sometimes we can look towards what other people's success is or what we think their success is and believe that we need to be like them in order for us to have the outcomes that we want. That passion, that intimacy, that desire, that drive, that joy in relationship that we want. But what if they're wrong? What if you're wrong? What if you don't see behind the scenes where things aren't going well? And even if they are going well, what if you're just imitating somebody else's vision and version of dream instead of living out the one that you're supposed to have? It's easier to do because then I don't have to think. I don't have to ask God. I just need to follow them. But as I tell the guys that I work with in Life Mastery, when I'm using somebody else's vision, when I'm trying to imitate who they are, the best I can ever do is second place. And every time I do succeed, I know that I'm only second best at whatever. In relationship, it's not about being second best. It's not about imitating other people. Not that you don't learn from them, but it's about understanding our vision is our own. And it may not be like our parents. It may not even be the one that they think we're supposed to have, right? Our life and our marriage and our relationship may look different than how we grew up. It may not look like her family. It may not look like my family, but it will be our family. The one that God created us for. And sometimes that's putting away the things that other people are doing. Sometimes that's stepping away from what they say success looks like so that you can have the vision and the dream that God gave you. So it's having the right model, and it's also having the right coaching, having people around you that see the best in you, that aren't trying to mold you into their version of what the best looks like. Having people that want your best and believe God's vision and version for your life and the dreams He has for you. Not trying to implant in you the things that they desire and move you into the ways that they've done. And again, it doesn't mean there aren't things that work and being able to reconcile when challenges happen and overcome hard times in your life and have hard conversations and deal with those things that are coming up. There's ways to do it that, you can learn from other people, but if you're using them as the model of who you're supposed to be, or they're telling you to use them as the model, and maybe it's not who God made you to be, you'll never reach anything but second best. And then there's the coaching. What are the people telling you? What's the system that you're using? What are the things that you're involving yourself in as a couple, as a husband and wife? And as a man of God, what are the things you're involved in? To be able to be the leader, to be able to be the man, to be able to show up authentically in everything that you're created to be the leader, to be authentic, to be passionate, to be purposeful, to be the husband you're created to be, to the man of God that you're supposed to be. If you're having a system that, again, is an imitation of somebody else or some generic thing that is trying to make me measure up to somebody else's idea of what success looks like, many times you'll give up. Other times you'll just be frustrated. Every time you won't have the dream you desire. So what does it look like? Direction. Is the direction you've been called to? One of the best ways of figuring that out is continue to be in conversation with God. The more you have a relationship with him, the more you're aligned with what his direction is. The more you hear from him, the more you know whether you're on track or not on track, or need to kind of pivot and reconfigure a little bit. And in that place, you'll be able to continue to walk forward, not maybe perfectly. I've not walked forward perfectly in our relationship and walking towards our dreams, but I've at least stumbled forward and fell forward when I wasn't walking forward. And in that place, every step of the way, God will help you to figure out what's the next step. And you can bring people alongside who are encouragers, who are uplifters, who are cheerleaders, who are people that want your best for you, not want their best for you. And you can find coaching as somebody who can come alongside and from the experience and expertise they have, not change your dream, but show you how to get there and the mechanisms and the framework to do it. And in that place, if you can have that dream set before you, that you and your wife are unified in, if you can have that drive that you both agree to put energy into this thing at whatever way it makes sense to do so, whether it's education, whether it's, learning new traits, new tricks, whether it's in learning new courses and ideas and things to do, but putting that drive into it and in the direction, making sure this is leading us towards God's vision for us, not other people's idea for us. And in that place, you will have that God-level relationship, the relationship that God intended for you, the one that he created you for, designed for you before you were ever saying I do with each other. And in that place, you'll have a marriage that is not just a legacy, but an impact in the world. Dream, drive, direction. You have these three things locked in, and you'll have the marriage you're meant to have, the one that you were designed to have and that was designed for you to have. And if you want to learn more about how to start to unpack some of those things, how to hear from God, what are some things that are standing in the way, my Life Mastery course, there's a link down below. You can go ahead and sign up for that. If you want to have a conversation with me, so you can start to figure out, hey, how do I incorporate Life Mastery into my life? How do I start to have the right coaching, the right system in place so that I can show up as the man I'm created to be, show up in everything that I'm created for, wearing the mantles that I'm meant to, as a husband, as a father, as a friend, as a man. You can get on my calendar. The calendar link is down below as well. We'll have a conversation to see what will happen. If you do nothing else, at the end of the day, remember, dream, drive, and direction, and dominate your day.